from Minnesota's most watched station, this is WCCO 4 News.
The teachers in Chicago, the National Hockey League players are locked out.
Yeah, labor issues have been flaring up lately, and it got us wondering, does a strike pay off? Well, good question. Jason Dreshel looked into it. He joins us now with some answers. Interesting question, touchy issue, Jason.
No question, Frank and Amelia, and it's always hard to say who wins and who loses after a strike because what's the metric? But if you expect the contract you signed to be significantly better than the contract you turned down to go on strike, that's not usually how it plays out. There's no doubt the biggest loser in the Chicago teachers' strike, the kids who should be in the classroom. With the NHL lockout, the fans are the ones losing, a game we love to watch. But if you're going to walk off the job because the final offer isn't good enough, you'd hope the post-strike deal would at least be better.
I don't think the purpose of strikes was ever primarily about getting a higher wage.
Peter Ratcliffe is a labor historian at McAllister College in St. Paul.
It was about a sense of injustice. And money is tied to that. That is the money that says, that's all you'll pay me to do this job?
Most workers who strike understand that they're not going to make their money back. No post-strike contract will make up for a couple of weeks of not getting paid.
Whoa, this coal miner strike that lasted 6 months, they're going to have to work 10 years at the new wages to ever earn it back.
And sometimes people never go back to work. The Northwest Mechanics are one example. 1,300 American Crystal Sugar workers have been locked out of their jobs for more than a year. 2 years ago, 12,000 Twin Cities nurses did a one-day strike, threatening a long walkout. Did they get more money than their initial offer? Peanuts.
Yeah.
Did they get better benefits? Not really. They did get all of us thinking about...
Right. They educated a wider public about issues of patient staffing.
Because the costs and the risks are so high, major strikes of more than 1,000 workers are almost unheard of. In 1952, at the peak of labor's power, there were 470. Last year, there were just 19.
There may be disappointment in some of the particular clauses that come out in the new contract. But that sense of we were tested, we stood up to it.
I talked with another professor who studies labor unions and strikes tonight, and he told me there's really a sense about going on strike for the next generation. It's not necessarily for the workers today or the contract today. It's to show management that there is a line that workers are not willing to cross. You know, the first generation of union strikes, it was really about better working conditions and safety and hours. The next frontier, who knows, but, you know, we've heard the nurses, they talked about better care for patients. The teachers are talking about class size. So it really is less about your own personal benefits and pay.
And it's also often very emotional, too.
Yes.
Yeah, history will only let us know who won and who loses. Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
Jason.
you.
If you have a good question for Jason, it's very simple to send it to him. Just go through WCCO.com.